Okay, so maybe that intro was a little too dramatic, but nevertheless, I hope y'all guys enjoyed it. What's going on, Faded Culture? This is Sergio Barron, and I'm back again with another tutorial. Today, I will be doing another self-cut tutorial using these two very affordable clippers that I picked up on Amazon. So, I'm gonna leave both of the links down in the description for y'all to pick up as well. And let's get to it. Alright guys, so to begin, I'm gonna start with the 0. That's the clipper with the lever closed, and I'm gonna lay down my first guideline. When laying down my first guideline, I'm gonna start right here about where my temple area is, and I'm gonna just make sure the line kind of slants as I move towards the back, since we're doing a mid ball fade here today. Make sure you take your time with clean, smooth strokes with this first guideline, because the rest of the guidelines are gonna go based off of this first guideline. You're gonna make sure they run parallel to this one, and yeah, you're gonna do the same thing on the opposite side. Make sure they're even when you look straight into the mirror, and then you're gonna connect them in the back using both mirrors to help you make sure you get them nice and even. And now that you're done laying down your first guideline, you're gonna brush away any loose hairs. That way your area stays clean throughout the whole process. Next, we're gonna open the lever halfway, which is a half, and we're gonna lay down our second guideline. We're gonna come up about a ½ inch or a finger in length up high, and we're gonna make sure we run that second guideline parallel to this first guideline all around the head. Next, we're gonna grab the 1 guard and open the lever, and we're gonna lay down our third guideline. And we're gonna do the exact same thing, coming up about a ½ inch or about a finger in length up high, running parallel to the previous 2 guidelines that we started with, all around the entire head. Okay, next we're grabbing the 2½, and that's the 2 guard with the lever open, and we're gonna come up about another ½ inch to a finger in length up high. Next, we're gonna come in with the 3½, except this time we're gonna start shaping out the head. Basically, you're sculpting out the head. So you're gonna come in and kind of exit as you see your head start curving. That way you're not kind of blending up too much into the head and creating a mohawk type of haircut. So take your time when doing this. That way the shape of your head comes out as smooth as possible. Next, we're coming in with the 4.5, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. And here, I mean, this is the last guard I will be using, so with this, I'm gonna just sculpt up into the top of the hair. You're gonna wanna run as many strokes as needed until you get the side smoothed out onto the top of the head. Now that the guidelines are all set, we will start the blending process. We'll begin by taking out the first guideline on top and then work our way down to the bottom. So I'm gonna grab the 1.5 clip and open it to about 3/4 and start working out that top guideline. You'll see that I use more of the corner of the clippers as that helps me blend out dark areas a little bit more detailed. And we're gonna do the exact same motion all around the head until we see that top guideline is nicely blended out throughout the whole head. And now I'm gonna come in with the half clip open to about 3/4 as well and start working out that middle guideline, doing the exact same steps that we did to take out the above guideline. And now I'm gonna come in with the 1.5, since that half clip kind of leaves dark areas above when taking out that middle guideline. And with this 1.5, I'm gonna just kind of blend out any dark areas that was left behind. Next, with no guards, I'm gonna open the lever a little bit to take out the last guideline. Next, I'm gonna open the lever halfway to finish taking out the last guideline. Make sure you take your time with small, consistent strokes. That way the fade comes out nice and even throughout the whole head. And now that you're done blending out the 3 guidelines, you're gonna grab a brush and brush away any loose hairs to get a good view of the fade. And you'll kind of take a good look and see if there's any dark areas that were left behind. In this case, there was, so I grabbed the half clip and I'm gonna finesse the lever open and close until I get all the dark areas that I see that were left behind out to finish blending out the whole fade. And that's pretty much it for the fade, guys. Next, we're gonna grab our trimmers to take out the rest of the hair that was left beneath. And make sure when you're using the trimmer, as you're taking out the hair and as you're coming up into the fade, make sure you exit out in a blending motion. That way we're not creating any more guidelines or any dark areas in the fade anymore. I'll run the trimmer around the bottom of the head about 2 times, but first I will brush away any loose hairs to get a good view of the haircut, and I'll kind of feel with my fingers if I feel any loose hairs that were left behind, and come back in with the trimmers to take them all out. I like to keep a short stubble, so I'm gonna come in with the 1.5 to trim out my whole facial hair. And next we're gonna blend the beard into the sideburns. First I will start my first guideline right here by the earlobe with the trimmers, and then fade down with the 1/2. Then I'll close the lever to a 0 to blend right above that. And next we'll grab the 1/2 clip to blend down into the 1.5 that we used on the beard. And now to line up the bottom of the neck, I'll brush down all the hair, and then I'll kind of set my first guideline right in the middle where I'm gonna want my lineup to be, and then I'll set one far off to the right and the left side. That way they serve as guidelines, and then I'll kind of just meet them in the middle. And next we're just gonna trim away all the loose hairs that were left beneath. And guys, this trimmer is pretty sharp, so you don't need to shave after this. If you want, you can, but you don't need to. And right here on the side, you'll see that I'll kind of tug my cheek forward and kind of lay down the guideline, and then I'll scrape backwards. And now I'm gonna edge up my forehead area. I will brush all my hair down, and I'll come in and set my guidelines and then meet them all in the middle. And the same here, to prevent from pushing your lineup any further back, you're gonna wanna just come in, lay down the line where you want it, and scrape inwards as opposed to pushing outwards. And once the lineup is complete, you'll come in with the trimmers just to trim out any loose hairs that were left behind inside of the box that you created. And that's pretty much it, guys, for this tutorial. I would just brush away all the loose hairs just to get a good view of everything we did. And here to tie in the whole haircut, I'll use about a dime size of a matte pomade, rub it in between my hands, and kind of just play with it on top until we get a desired look we're going for. So yeah, guys, let me know what y'all thought about this tutorial down in the comment section down below. If y'all liked it, give it a thumbs up, and also if y'all are willing to try this tutorial out, let me know in the comment section. I'd like to know how y'all's results came out. But again, guys, thank y'all for watching. My name is Sergio Barron. This is Faded Culture. I'm out.